So, chosen, you are now manifesting your deepest desires. Okay? You have been fully committed to a particular vision, and you are now calling in your deepest desires. So, after you check out my handcrafted jewelry, I'll see you all on the other side, and we're going to see what this message is all about. Visit earthgoddessadornments.com. This is not just jewelry. Each piece is handmade with genuine crystals, created for women who carry divine energy, beauty, and power. No two pieces are ever the same, because no two goddesses are the same. Every crystal is intentionally chosen to enhance your aura and elevate your spiritual vibration. This is spiritual adornment that meets class, beauty, and a bold modern edge, designed to move effortlessly from ritual to real life. Visit earthgoddessadornments.com and get your unique piece today. All right, let's get right into it, y'all. And for those of you who want to get personal readings from me, there is a separate website. Both links are always in the comments section beneath the video. You can book your personal readings as well as purchase my other spiritual tools that I have created. This is also one of my newer pendants that I've created. This is called Goddess in Red. Okay, so if you enjoyed this one, it has the leaves and it's beautiful. This is agate here. Definitely go on my website and purchase yours. Let's jump right in, y'all. So I'm seeing here that this victim mentality energy is now done for. Okay, it is no longer your portion, nor are you allowing anyone to come into your energy who carries victim mentality. Okay, these are the first cards. I laid out a few just to see what does the spiritual team want us to know today. So with the Four of Swords and the Crutches card, this is speaking on victim mentality, self-pity, unhealthy coping mechanisms, relying too much on others, feeling helpless, inhibited, okay? An excuse. You're not making any excuses, chosen. You've put this to rest, okay? You had time to take a break and to really evaluate some things. With the number 10 being on this card, it's a strong indicator that this energy has come to a completion. And a brand new beginning is now being ushered in because you took the time to recognize what areas of your life was stagnant because of this energy. So if you were the one that was sitting in victimhood mentality or dealing with self-pity or using unhealthy coping mechanisms, that's no longer your portion. Nor are you going to welcome anybody who is seated in that energy. So brand new beginning is happening. You've stepped into your power. You are taking back control of your life. Okay, you recognize who you are and what you've been placed here to do. And yeah, this is a brand new cycle. So new beginnings here, destined for this change to happen in this season of your life. So we also have here the Lovers as well as the Uprooted. Many of you was uprooted from very unhealthy relationships, okay? Uprooted because you needed to be repotted. Whenever I see, this is like a plant that's getting ready to be repotted because it needs more room for growth. I feel like you came to discover that there were certain relationships, these people could have been codependent on you, codependent on your energy, siphoning your energy, okay? Codependent on you emotionally, spiritually, financially, sexually, whatever the case was. You had people around that was suppressing you and preventing you from expansion. So now you've been uprooted from that past energy. This is speaking on a radical break from the past. So it could have felt like you was ripped up out of that thing, but preserved at the same time. Consider that. It could have been unexpected, but you were still preserved. The things that you needed in order to continue to grow, your lifeline, still very much so preserved. So deep changes. It's like your life has received a total makeover. In some cases, this was a forced change that happened in your life and you didn't see it coming, but you understood why. By the time you got the chance to really sit with it and to, think about the experiences that you have had, you recognized that it was for your highest good and you accepted it. Not only did you see it, but you accepted it and embraced it. So now new opportunities are presenting themselves to you that's going to align you with far better connections, for sure. Okay, so you also have here the Ace of Swords, which is being clarified by the Clouds card. So consider both cards. There's clouds here, but with the Ace of Swords, the clouds have parted. So it's a strong indicator that you are able to cut through the illusions. Things have become far more clear to you now. Whereas before, you had a lot of doubts. Okay, there was a lot of hesitation because you could not see your way ahead. So there was confusion, indecision, misunderstandings. It was very, very difficult for you to sort through what you could not see or understand. But the Most High has granted you clarity here. And this is also given strong energy of a warrior. You gained so much clarity, and it's allowed you to like really call judgment and to shift your entire experience because of the truth that you have received here. The number 1 is standing out a lot in your reading. You have 10, 10, and then the ace, which is a 1. And you also have another number 10. So definitely 11, 11. 11, 11 is a strong energy in your reading today. So if you've been seeing 11, 11, feel free to put that in the chat. I know that that has also been my number as well. So this is a brand new beginning that is happening for you here in year 1. You are getting ready to see a major upgrade in your life. Okay? So with this Ace of Swords, yeah, you've been able to overcome some sort of obstacle here. There was mountains. Literally, it felt like a blockage where you couldn't see your way past that. So your spiritual team placed you in a very necessary solitude so that you could really look at some things here and to understand why you had certain delays in your life. In some cases, y'all might have been a little bit stubborn for a period of time and resisted certain change. But I don't see that as being an issue anymore. It definitely feels like you have let it go and released it. And so with this 10 of Cups coming through, strong indicator that your family dynamics, friendship dynamics, love life, all of these things are getting ready to come into alignment for you. Okay? New energy though, because these number 1s represents new. So this is a brand new foundation. It has nothing to do with the past energy. It's all about out with the old, in with the new. So behind that, you also have the King of Pentacles. Okay, now mind you, this is coming from my IC Tarot deck, these particular cards. You can get this off of my website. The King of Pentacles is strong foundation. Security is on point. You have everything that you need. You lack nothing. Okay, this is what you're moving towards if you have not already aligned with this energy. In the past, with the codependent energy, it might have felt like you had to cling to something or someone in order to maintain your security. This new energy is like this is the security that's already in alignment for you, and everything else is kind of orbiting around that. The security has already been set within you and outside of you, and everything else that's coming into your life is orbiting around that. This is a beautiful thing because these 2 cards came through, the handcuffs and the phoenix. This was powerful. Because we're talking about breaking free from some sort of bondage here. It's a supernatural breakthrough, though. This is a supernatural breakthrough that you are having in your life here. It might have felt like bondage here in the 3D, but spiritually you had a breakthrough, and that's why the chains or the obstacles or mountains that you may have experienced here in the 3D are no longer a factor for you. Because you are the phoenix that's rising from the ashes here. So this is a death and rebirth, a more immortal catalytic heart awakening, rising up from the ashes, total transformation and complete renewal. This is after a season of feeling defensiveless, targeted, held back. You might have felt like prey. There was this desire to want to break free. You felt like you was being detained by some sort of external force that was outside of your control. So I feel like many of you went from feeling powerless to feeling powerful. Okay? You went from feeling powerless to feeling powerful. And you don't just feel powerful. You know how powerful you are. You are now expanding. This is this energy of expansion, flying, moving towards your destiny. It's a lot of powerful energy here. You're making power moves. So you no longer cry over the spilled milk. Okay, I feel like you recognize that there were certain things that needed to unfold here, so you're leaving that in the past, and you're not focused on those things that you cannot change. You're focused on the things that you have been given the authority to navigate now. So I feel like you look at life like an experience, right? You now fully embrace being that spirit having a human experience. You're not taking things personally anymore. And it's one thing to say it, and it's another thing to fully embody it and to really be in the presence of that energy. That is the frequency that you all are placing out into the universe. And so because of this, there's room for all types of expansion that's getting ready to happen in your life. You've made room for it. So let's see. The number 444 could also stand out for you all. Many of you will see a lot of this expansion unfold in April, specifically April. So you have here, your life is at a turning point right now. You're ready. See, I told you. This is a pivotal moment in your life. You are ready. Let me get a clarifier for this card. Your life is at a turning point right now. There's a portal that's opening up here. There is a massive portal that's opening up. Is there another portal that's coming up, y'all? Your life is at a turning point right now. Look at that. The high priestess. It's because you've been doing the spiritual work. And for those of you who are high priest and high priestess out there, you're getting ready to see a major upgrade in your life because of all of the work that you've put in to not only help yourself and your lineage, but to also help guide others. Okay? Your life is at a turning point right now. You're ready. If you feel like you're being called to do some form of spiritual work, or, you know, and a lot of times people get it confused. When I say spiritual work, I'm also talking about people that do herbal remedy, anybody that's doing things that takes us back to our roots, that gets us back in alignment with our organic nature, further away from the inorganic and closer to the organic nature, whatever that is. That's what you are really aligning with. And if you felt like you was not ready, it's only because there were certain codependencies that needed to be released. There was certain doubts, confusion, illusions, things that you just couldn't see clearly that needed to be removed. You needed to be uprooted. A radical break from the past. So it felt like it was a forced change. It could have felt like you was out of, displaced from your usual environment, but you needed that in order to align with this turning point that you are now at here. Let's see. So we have the high priestess. Then we have here the 9 of wands. See, this energy kept you stuck. Okay. This energy kept you stuck, but you kept going. Y'all are some fighters out there. It was not easy. You might have felt, hold on, y'all. You might have felt trodden down, okay? Broken, okay? Like things just weren't going your way, but you never gave up. You are a fighter. Yep, this says spend more time on your spiritual growth, and that's what you did. You spent less time worrying about the things that you could not change in that moment and spent more time on your spiritual growth. That's why the high priestess came out. And this is why you are at a turning point. This is why you are ready. You are definitely ready, chosen. Nothing is stopping you now. I want to get a card for this Phoenix energy. Look at that. Uproot your life and leave all that is familiar to you. I'm telling you, whatever kept you feeling powerless or incapacitated or as if, you was detained by external forces, that's no longer your portion. You are literally uprooting your life. You're being called to leave all that is familiar to you because those things that were familiar is not your portion. It's not in alignment with your inheritance. Okay? A lot of times people stay because things are familiar, but it doesn't mean that they're happy. It doesn't mean that they're comfortable. And there are lots of times, quite often, there's no growth. It's the same old cycle. It's the Wheel of Fortune in a reverse. Same old energy, different day. No growth, no expansion. They're not reaching certain goals, okay? Not elevating the way that they could have if they would have found comfort in just taking a leap of faith into the unknown. But you are literally being called to now, and this is clarifying the Phoenix, mind you. When you uproot your life and leave all that is familiar to you, you're getting ready to experience a very powerful death and rebirth. Okay? Total transformation and complete renewal is what's getting ready to happen in your life. I want to clarify this card with my IC Tarot deck. Uproot your life and leave all that is familiar to you. Yeah, this is destined. There's a really bright star that's shining right here. Really bright star. I feel like you're being aligned. It feels like your North Star, your North Node. This is in alignment with your destiny. Oh, that's too many cards. Come on now. Too many cards. Too many cards. Let me see. Uproot, but I did see the devil. Uproot your life and leave all that is familiar to you. So that is clarified by the Two of Wands. Yeah, I feel like this is you planning. Look at that. Look at what's sticking out. Ten of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. It's destined. This is the destined shift that's getting ready to happen in your life. Uprooting, coming out of a lot of pain, betrayal, being around people that didn't understand you, hurting yourself, like literally being a detriment to yourself by denying that it was a time for change. But there is planning that's happening here. I feel like you're expanding, yeah, because you're starting to see that even though it was familiar, it does not mean that you was happy. Okay? Might be looking around and saying, listen, I'm tired. I'm ready. I'm ready for something new. I'm ready for something far better. And I feel like that's the place that you got into emotionally. For some of you, you're still here. For others of you, you've already transitioned out of this energy and you're getting ready to see the results of that shift of perspective. It depends on where you are on your timeline. But consider, this is a brand new beginning here. That energy of discontentment, dissatisfaction, boredom, just... that's over. Look at that. You're getting a lot about plants today. Plants, growth, seeds. You're seeing growth now. These are not just seeds. These are plants that are growing. But consider, they also hold the plant with the soil. So there is an uprooting that is happening here. Where's the other card? So we have that card and then we have this one. There's an uprooting that's happening in your life, chosen. Okay? Uprooting here. Uprooting here. Uprooting literally written here. You're being called to place yourself in an environment that is conducive to growth and expansion. If you feel like you're doing something that is keeping you stuck, is stagnating your progress, is stagnating your growth, is stagnating your creativity, this is now the time to make the shift. Prime time to make the shift. You don't want to doubt it. You want to just go with it. The way this energy is showing up, it's like you should have a pull in your soul. It should be a soul pull that's saying it's time. With the Wheel of Fortune here, you should feel it in your soul. Let me see it. Is there anything stopping you? You've already cleared out the codependency. Wow. Your own thoughts. This is self-imposed imprisonment. Overthinking situations. Fear. Fear. What is this fear triggered by? What's causing this? Because look at that. The card fell right out. What was behind that? Let me see. Because I was about to shuffle, y'all. I might as well take what they gave me. This says, don't dwell on what might be on the other side of that closed door. Then you also have, you won't always feel alone. You're attracting your soul tribe. In some cases, there's a fear because the door... you know that once that door closes, there's a fear that you may not be able to gain entryway again. I don't know what that door led to, but it wasn't in alignment with your highest good. So you could be overthinking, okay, if I close that door, then what's going to happen? Some of you may fear that, okay, you may be alone on this journey, or that you're not going to have the right people around you to help you to navigate this brand new foundation or this unknown destination that you are moving towards. You're gaining clarity, though, because remember, we cut through the cloudiness here, and the Ace of Swords is here. So you're gaining mental clarity about where this next phase of your life is taking you, but there's still some apprehension and fear that could be stagnating you or preventing you from moving forward here. Fearing doing this alone, not having the right support, as well as a fear of completely. It's one thing to close the door. It's another thing to lock it and walk away and throw away the key where you have no more access to it. In some cases, people, it's showing up that you may fear no longer having access to something, even though it's not good for you, even though it's not serving you, and it has not served you. You learned some lessons there, but that period is closed. That chapter is closed. Let me see. Heart collector. I feel like many of you have had your hearts broken before. You've been hurt. You may be fearful that uprooting your life and leaving all that is familiar to you would only lead to more heartbreak, or situations where you don't have full control. There's this need to relinquish control. Look at that. See? The fear that you might have your heart ripped out some kind of way. I don't know. Wow. Then you have I'm in love with you. In some cases, this deals with your love life, chosen. But if it's not dealing with your love life, it just feels like you've been through so much. You've been through so much. And I feel like you finally restored your peace. And there's this fear that if you do something radical, something different, that it could take you all the way backwards. But that's not your portion. All of this work that you've done on yourself, spending time doing your spiritual work, healing yourself, releasing codependencies, this is leading you to the King of Pentacles. So I don't know what category of your life this is in. It's going to be different for everybody. It's leading you to security, where you will lack for nothing. It's really interesting because sometimes people fear that. It's like it's the very thing that everybody wants. But sometimes when that door opens and it's right there in your face presenting itself to you, it's the very thing that a lot of people fear at the same time because it's so unfamiliar. And so they could have this fear, okay, what if it goes wrong? What if? Some of y'all could be overthinking unhealthy what ifs. It's a pessimistic mindset. That could be the case for some of you. So you may want to do some burning and releasing to clear out all unhealthy thoughts, all fear of stepping out of your comfort zone, all fear of the unknown. If there's still some lack mentality or codependency, you want to put that on paper and burn it too. Matter of fact, what the heck am I thinking about, y'all? I didn't even pull from the Declare and Decree deck. Okay, let me get myself together. You can get this off my website. This deck is made so that you will always be aware of what is blocking you. Whatever comes out, you want to write it down on paper and burn it. Give thanks to the Most High and your spiritual team for helping you to not only see it, but to also clear it. So let's see. What do you need to clear? So this says all energy that blocks my sovereignty, birthright, and inheritance are cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. So yeah, it's really a matter of recognizing that you are worthy of your sovereignty, your inheritance, and your birthright. Okay, your sovereignty is your freedom. You need freedom. The only way, listen, this is confinement. This is confinement. This is not where you belong as a chosen seed. Sovereignty is freedom, which makes room for expansion. And so this is what you're needing to clear out. Any energy, whether it's within you or outside of you, that's blocking you from aligning with your sovereignty, your birthright, and your inheritance. Put that on paper and burn it. Okay? Sometimes people just, they don't recognize that they deserve these things. And I'm not saying that that's how you're thinking, but in some cases, there's a select few of you that still have that particular mindset, and you're needing to clear it out. Because something great is getting ready to happen for you, chosen. I know that this message has been coming through for a while. Let me know in the comment section, have y'all been experiencing these breakthroughs? Whether it's internal breakthroughs where you find you're looking at yourself and you're totally different. The way that you express yourself, the way that you move, you're more in alignment with your creativity. You're making bold moves, or whether you're literally seeing external things that's happening where your wealth is starting to increase, your love life is finally starting to balance out, or you're attracting, soulmate tribe, people that's from your tribe whatever is happening, I would love to hear about it, because the messages are coming through to show that the work is being done amongst the collective. So again, we're all on different timelines, but you should be seeing some sort of results. For some of you, you feel like, okay, yes, I'm seeing things, but it's slow. But consider the Knight of Pentacles is full dedication. It's putting forth the effort and not giving up until you see results. Do you see how he's tilling the land? This is in anticipation that in due season, there's going to be an overflow harvest. A lot of times people are like, well, I don't really see anything happening. That's because more than likely what's coming in for you is grand. The seeds that you are planting, the visions that you are having is big, big visions. And so anytime this is like, it looks like this person is on acres, right? Anytime you have this type of tool in order to till your garden, you have acres. And so in order to see expansion, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of nurturing of that thing, as well as patience. But by the time the harvest comes in, this is not no little tiny garden in the corner of your backyard. This is big results. So this is why you want to be patient with the process. Keep nurturing the seeds that you have planted. Y'all are onto something out there, okay? And there are going to be people that feel left out in the cold, and they just have to deal with that. That ain't none of your business, okay? Folks feel some type of way a lot of times when you are so focused on your vision that you have zero time or patience for the foolery. You're not going to deal with people that want to sit in lack mentality, scarcity mindset, okay, constantly want to relive the past, want to sit in bitterness, want you arguing with them and going back and forth. No, absolutely not. You got things to do, chosen. You got inheritance to collect, chosen. Okay, you got sovereignty to align with, chosen. And so they're just going to have to feel left out, because they are left out. You're moving towards your wish fulfillment. And look at that. The Queen of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. Divine alignment is happening for many of you, okay? It could be a queen. It could be divine masculine, divine feminine coming together to build very balanced foundation. Okay, these two sit at the head of the Ten of Pentacles, okay? Long-term wealth and success. You could be business partners, or you could just be partnering up with people in general, aligning with people who have similar visions, and this is going to bring a lot of increase when it comes to your wealth. You're working on something big. You're definitely onto something. Ace of Cups. Emotional fulfillment. Whatever this is, you're going to be very, very happy. Very, very happy. Look at the cockroaches. Why do you got to keep on? Listen, y'all. That's why something told me to light my sage. Cockroaches just got to try to creep into the message, y'all. And now, I hung up my boxing gloves. Okay. I hung them up because I decided to let my spiritual team handle my battles. But if need be, they will catch these spiritual hands. Chosen, I know. Y'all are like, look, the spiritual hands, we stay ready. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So whoever feel froggy, they can go ahead and jump. But they're going to find themselves jumping into the ditch that they try to dig for you all, chosen. It's going to be a lot of people, and this happened to come out right behind you receiving your wish fulfillment that's connected to this King and Queen of Pentacles. It's going to be a lot of unhappy, bitter Bettys and bitter Joes out here when they see the level up that's getting ready to happen in your life, chosen. Look at that. Page of Swords. I'm telling you, your level up is going to be very, very noticeable. Nobody will miss it. No one will miss it. Those who are inspired by you will see it. Those who are jealous of you will also see it, because they can't stop watching you anyway. What is the spiritual team saying about these? I don't know why I heard jelly beans. They like to eat jelly beans. They nasty. Nasty. Okay? That's some nasty work. If y'all out there, I hope y'all ain't eating no damn jelly beans. Let me see. What is this? Page of Swords and the Five of Swords. And they like the black jelly beans. They like the black jelly beans. We have here bumping heads. Okay. Yeah. A lot of these beings are really going through it. They fighting with each other now. They can't fight with you. They ain't even boxing with you. They're fighting with each other. Bitter. Mad that they are left in the foolery together. And they don't have your light to come in to offset all of this karmic energy. Look at that, because, wow. Divine masculine. Okay? Divine masculine. Some of you masculines out there, you are doing the damn thing. Okay? I feel that many of the divine connections are coming together, divine masculine, divine feminine. And like I said, it's going to be a lot of bitter folks that want to fight, that want to put up, because they, once the divine feminine is taken off the market, once the divine masculine is taken off of the market, oh yeah, it's a lot of bitter folks that'll be left out. But let's see. Look at that. Gossiping. I tell you. That's what it is. Then folks that they can't help themselves. It says rumors are carried by haters, spread by fools, and accepted by idiots. But you are aligning with your person, chosen. Many of you are going to align with your person, for sure. For the divine feminines out there, meet me over on the Divine Feminine channel. It is called Rise of the Divine Feminine. Okay, that's my other channel for those of you that don't know. A lot of y'all are just now finding out. Rise of the Divine Feminine. Meet me over there. We'll have some things to talk about. Powerful change is getting ready to transform your life, chosen. I told you, this is big. This is not mediocre. This is big. And that's why you're being called to keep going and to clear out whatever these blockages are that could have you in your head overthinking, because you've gained a mental clarity, but it could be some sort of self-imposed entrapment that could try to hold you back. Okay, hold on. Put these back. A lot of people will be talking. They'll try to tarnish your name. They don't understand how you got to where you are going, or where you currently, Page of Wands, because you have beautiful ideas. Like, this is brand new creative ideas that you are aligning with. Queen of Swords. Yeah, this is your Justice too. It's also presenting as the Justice energy. So a lot of people are going to want to know how this happened, because they feel like they're in the dark about it. They feel stuck, trapped. And a lot of them, they saw you in a position where you were stuck. It's like, how did they get out of this unstuck, to go from being stuck and not seeing any results to overflow? King and Queen of Pentacles. Overflow. Folks are going to want to know how. And rather than asking, they're going to speculate. Okay? Knight of Swords with the Hierophant. Knight of Swords with the Hierophant. How? Because you moved away from tradition. You became the rebel. You decided to step out of what seemed to be the comfort zone. It was the uncomfortable comfort zone. No longer conforming or being passive up underneath societal expectations, or the expectations of your family, or the expectations of XYZ. You took charge. And you didn't sit on it. When you gained clarity, you moved towards it. And this is you tilling, nurturing. And for a while, you didn't see results. But I feel like you also decided to turn away from those things that wasn't giving you any fruit. If you had relationships around that wasn't bearing fruit, or friendships or work circumstances that wasn't bearing fruit, and you put all of your sweat and tears into these things, you most definitely said, you know what, no more of that. I feel like you made a firm decision to move towards brand new things. Okay? You have the High Priestess coming out with the Knight of Pentacles. You started to listen to your intuition. Your intuition told you it was time to take action into a different direction, and you did that. Okay? You have the Lovers here. So you are aligning with divine partnerships, divine unions. It's also presenting with the Devil energy, though. So it could be that you took a look at any relationships that was karmic and toxic. You really did take a strong look at that and realize why. Because it was like this trauma bonding energy here. And it goes right back to where we began, codependency and trauma bonding. Okay? It was like this, we grieve together. Okay? We go through it together. We ride or die. Okay? But that's no longer the energy that you desire to have in your life. So there's a massive shift that's taking place because your perspective has changed. Yep, there's the Ace of Wands. Brand new beginning here. Okay, passionate new beginnings. New creative pursuits. Lots of zeal, focus. Look at that. Now you have a different type of lover that's coming in. You go from the lovers with the devil to the lovers with the judgment angel, okay? So this is a total shift from toxic to divine. What's this behind that? Page of Wands in reverse. Yeah, anything, because a lot of this was directly connected to an unhealed sacral chakra, this energy right here. Okay, I feel like you're able to recognize copycat energy. Okay, the very thing that was bad for you, it seemed like you couldn't come up out of it, but it was more so connected to a unhealed sacral chakra. For some of you, it could have been a childhood trauma that you might have experienced that caused you to keep attracting the same type of energy over and over again. But now you've made a firm decision, a judgment call to only align with those things that leads you to your destiny here. I'm going to take one more card from this deck. Okay, they gave me two. So I have the Strength card with the Magician. This is you now manifesting. You are calling in everything that you desire. You recognize that all it takes is for you to stay in alignment on your spiritual pathway, listen to your spiritual discernment, maintain your strength and your courage. You possess the sword of truth here. You also have the Sphinx, which also typically in the Chariot, you have the white and the black Sphinx, which represents the masculine and feminine energy. There's a balance that you have here. And we also have the Empress here. So many of you are in your creative energy. You are now nurturing yourself. You are now mothering yourself. You're no longer seeking outside of yourself. And this is why you're able to call in. You are in your creative bag, Chosen. Okay? So, yeah, you're on to something. Whatever it is that you are working on, and silence is getting ready to speak very loudly once it presents itself to the world. It's getting ready to speak very loudly. It's going to announce itself. Okay? So I'm going to get a message from my book. Of course, y'all can get my book off of my website. It's called Guided Light. I'm going to take one card so that my spiritual team can guide me as to which message they want me to read. So we have the number 6. I feel like we keep getting the number 6 for some reason. This says repair, heal, reset, okay, recover, making things right, restore, upgraded, okay? That's what's getting ready to happen. So let's see, message 6. If I already read this message, y'all, I'm going to turn to chapter 6. Okay. You know, I'm still going to turn to chapter 6 anyway. But I feel like I have read that message a few times as of late. So chapter 6. I don't typically go to the chapters, but today I will. Like I say, you can get this off of my website, ShaviZanesGuidance.com. It'll be in the comment section, though. So this says, Taking Your Power Back. That's the title of this chapter. Are you currently experiencing strong emotions? This may stem from the sacrifices you have made and are still making to let go of the past. It's not always simple, especially when you care deeply for these individuals. However, letting go is essential to open yourself up to the blessings you've been seeking. It's time to rise above any feelings of discontent with life and embrace gratitude for the silence you are experiencing. The structures of your past had to be dismantled because they were not in harmony with the new version of yourself and the wonderful adventures you are being called to embrace. You might find yourself at a crossroads contemplating whether to let go and move on. As you turn inward, you hear your voice urging you to release. This is a profound transformative period that demands minimal distractions as you grow and evolve into your true self. If you resist these essential changes, you may invite more painful lessons and karmic cycles that will only delay your progress and hinder you from receiving all that is meant for you. If you have bravely taken the bold steps to liberate yourself in isolation, this is the ideal setting to cultivate your new visions. You can now see beyond illusions and possess the wisdom needed to achieve lasting success. This positive energy of silence allows you to be free from negative distractions, enabling you to explore your creativity while attuning to the guidance of your spiritual team. That's it, and that's all. That's it, and that's damn all. Taking your power back. That's really what this entire message was all about. So I hope that this message brought you all clarity. Please be sure to like, subscribe, hype me up, y'all. Leave a comment below. I appreciate all of the support that y'all continue to give me on this channel. I love the interaction. I love how we all pull together and bring our wisdom to the comment sections, and the support that y'all show each other, and just speaking on your own personal experience helps the full collective body to understand, like, okay, we're on one accord. We understand each other. So that's my message for you all. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and I'll talk to y'all soon.